And we're back. It's Whiskey, Magic, and Destruction here on the Games Tavern and right now on YouTube. So be sure and hit that subscribe button and let everyone else know that you're watching today. So help bring them in. Where are we today? So we're talking about a whole bunch of cool stuff before we kick off. Sim, do you want to start with the candles?
I absolutely can. Hey, guess what? Do you want to have a cool nerdy space that doesn't smell like a nerdy space, but like in the bad way? I have a good way for you. There's these fancy candles for mythology. Woo! I'm a big fan of them. They got stuff that is fantasy inspired, like say Skyrim and Middle Earth. They have historical candles, which I want to say Camelot, but is that still fantasy inspired? They also have ancient Egypt and they have Celtic smelling smells. They have a wide range and very unique collections. They burn for a long time. Their fancy ones, like this one, have a wood wick and they burn apparently for 50 plus hours. I haven't tested it, but I can confirm they do burn for basically forever. Today I'm gonna be burning one in the background right here. And it's this one. It's the last one from their D&D collection that I bought, and it's called You Can Certainly Try. Notes of rich cranberry, intoxicating citrus, and vanilla luring you into a false confidence. As I throw, this is a fancy deluxe version, just through a wooden lid someplace. They did just restock their D&D collection as of yesterday. So if you want to get your very own D&D smelling candles, you too can do just that. Highly recommend, A plus, worth the coin. And if you use our link, you're not only supporting a small business, but your favorite stream as well.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Wow.
it's like a twofer. You're helping a small business and a stream.
Well, let me
I
help
wonder
you
that
even
that
more.
stream is really lucky, whatever stream that is. I kind of.
It's us. Spoiler, it's us.
Oh,
Well, since you can help us, let's help you a little bit with some fun freebies. You just heard Alex talk about these fun candles, right? They're amazing. They burn forever. They smell really good, and they can be yours, or one can be yours for free. That's right. We're giving away one mythology candle today to the winner of our raffle. Throughout the stream, you can type in !epic for a chance to win this amazing candle. At the end of the stream, we will be finding our winner. So you got to stay until the end. You can't just enter now and leave. All right, you got to be here. You got to pay for it somehow. Yeah, you have to live in the United States or Canada, not Quebec. We don't want the candles to get lost in a sea of maple syrup, so live there. But all I got to do is type in !epic, and if I haven't said it already, !epic. It is live right now, so do it. Even if you're like, did I already do it like 5 seconds ago? Do it again just to make sure.
What was it, Mike? One more time.
Exclamation point. That's the line with the dot on the bottom. Epic. Yeah. EPIC for your
is that
chance to
line
win.
horizontal or vertical?
It is a vertical line. It is up, down, period. All right, but you don't have to do all that. There's one button for it. Maybe make it easy for you.
2023 is a cool year.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay, and a couple other things. One, check out our merch.
Ooh.
We've got WMD hats available on the shop with different colors. I think Mike has one in a lovely, lovely pink color. He does.
You got to warn a guy, all right?
And not only that, they look good even when they're backwards. So, and Mike's staying trendy with the label.
Look at that. Look at nice little clasp. Oh, yeah. I'm a connoisseur of hats, and these hats are pretty nice. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They fit beautifully. You will never have a problem with these hats. So, all right. So, what's going on with my hair? It's got some crazy hair thing going on. All right. There we go. So, and the final announcement, Dragon's Concord, anyone? Dragon's Concord. Our friends in Fairfax, Virginia.
Yep.
It's Fairfax. Yeah. Right.
It is Fairfax,
Virginia. And they have basically got a place where you can go and play your favorite TTRPG with themed rooms, great lighting, clean spaces. And of course, if you are looking for a DM, they have those available as well. I might know one of them.
Maybe.
Actually, I might know a couple of them, but one of them could actually say hello right here, and you can hire her to be your DM should you wish it. It might be Alex. It might be. Okay,
but it could also be, yeah. Okay, fine.
But
well, the mystery.
We show up there too, just to say hi to our friends there. The wonderful people who work there are great friends of ours. We love them. I think I even do Krav Maga with some of their kids, and good times all around. So if you haven't had a chance, go check out Dragon's Concord. Do we have the thing up for that? dragonsconcord.com, right? dragonsconcord.com. So go to dragonsconcord.com, check them out. If you're in Northern Virginia or the DC area, it is the perfect place to play your next D&D game or other TTRPG of your choice. Okay, now, can I get some Blue Bart's Tavern music, please, and ambiance? And remember, the tagline that brought the party there was live music, drink specials, possible bad employment. Where we last left off, the party had arrived in the land of Maztica, far away Maztica, a place that is, for most of Toril, pretty uncivilized. They arrived in the town of New Baldur's Gate, a town that is run by factions of former current Baldur's Gate equities. However,
we refer to ourselves as Baldurians.
Sure, Baldurians. Whatever works, right? It's true, it's Baldurians. Okay, so, however, the city of Baldur's Gate is far more ancient. New Baldur's Gate is far more ancient than that. Whereas New Society has built upon the ancient walls and some structures within the city, it is a city under... What's the word we used? It wasn't colonization. What was the word? It's under the thumb of the Flaming Fist and Baldurian rule right now. That being said, the locals, including a large amount of tabaxi, have sprinkled the city. And by locals, I mean the tabaxi, some of the humans from around here, and a massive amount of foreigners from every place you can imagine. It is a kaleidoscope of people wandering the streets. Rough people. Very rough people. And of all the rough places, the party has wound up in Blue Bart's the roughest place of all. As they've gone in, the first thing they did is look around, and Sim and Lucy immediately ran off to find the most probable mischief and danger they could possibly find while drinking, leaving the rest of the party behind, only for the rest of the party to realize, probably before Sim and Lucy do, that everyone appears to be armed to the teeth, just like they are, and look very rough around the edges. These are people who are treasure seekers and adventurers themselves, some of which may be nice, but most of which probably aren't. Sim and Luciano have just watched a game of Stop the Drop with Blue Bart from the rooftop of someone who tried to kill him. It didn't work out well for the guy who tried to kill him. And he is now relaxing and making sure everybody gets free drinks. Sim and Luciano, I believe Sim mentioned to Luciano that the very first thing she should do is pay her tab because they don't feel safe here anymore.
No, we feel fine. Our friends don't feel safe.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Is Rafe safe?
Yeah, that's Rafe's line.
Yeah. So, we'll start with Sim and Luciano at the third floor rooftop bar.
I'm gonna go ahead and try to grab Lucy kind of by the elbow. Hey, real quick, just over here, real quick. Huddle up.
you see them jump? Yeah. What?
Okay. You can still, well, maybe don't do the jump. Rafe just called. Let us know. Not good stuff happening. I wasn't listening that closely, but I did gather we should not be separated. I think that's what he said. It's a blur.
But cool cat person just jumped off the roof and lived. How are you gonna tell me to not be here? I gotta see how he did it.
Yeah, okay, you should probably do that, honestly. Then you'll basically be on the ground floor.
I mean, there's no faster way than like straight down, right?
I think if anyone has this, Lucy, it's probably you.
Got it. What was this guy's name? Bart? What was the guy's name? Bart? Is that it?
Well, he's
Or
referred
is
to
he-
as Blue Bart, but that you have a feeling that's either a nickname or a shortened variation of his actual name.
Artemis is probably what his real name is.
Artemis, yeah.
Artemis.
Oh,
We're just
Artemis.
completely made up.
Is that what you say?
Oh yeah, I'm calling out to him. Question.
Yes, and he comes over, saunters over. Are you enjoying my hospitality?
Absolutely. You must tell me. I'm new to this. How did you manage the drop? I saw you go over, and I watched you come back up.
It is a skill I picked up while living in my family's village. We live in trees.
Oh, so it's an adapted skill. You learned it through your environment.
Everyone in my village has to learn how to do this. Not all tabaxi know how to do this, just the tree-dwelling ones.
Has anybody ever made it besides you?
Oh yes, people from my village do this for fun. We bet people.
I mean,
all the time.
in
It's
a
how we
bet.
make money.
I want to. Has anybody ever beaten you? Has anybody ever lived?
Oh yes, I mean the person who landed on the ground, he lived. He just never will walk again.
Fair. You know what?
Well,
Or-
he may walk. It'll be funny. Sometimes
Chuck
it is
like
more
that.
important to let people live and tell the story of how they got messed up, so they never ever want to come back.
Fair.
Yes.
Wow, so much wisdom. I could learn
Yes,
so much.
And, oh, by the way, and he looks at you very sharply for a moment. It is not Bartimus. Please don't ever
Barty,
call me
I'm
that
so
again.
sorry.
Yes.
No. I am Barter of the Flaming Water.
Flaming water. How do you drink that?
It is sold to my people from the Flaming Feast. Flaming Waters are, well,
The
I serve
Flaming
a lot
Fist.
of it
Those.
here.
Those. I think I've seen some of them around town. The knights, the
Yes.
paladins, the.
Nah, I would not have ever called them knights or paladins, more like
Yeah.
roughshod, armored thugs. Anyway, you know the price of admission to come to the rooftop, of course. I'm sure you were told before you rushed up here, yes?
Oh yeah, we already paid. I did. I already paid.
No. The price of admission to the roof is a story. You must each tell me a story I have never heard before, or a joke that I have never heard before, and it better be funny.
Okay. Well, have you ever heard the story of the amazing bard known as Luciano Rusafa, who single-handedly took down a dragon?
Please tell me this story.
Yes. While on a giant chase through a city, this unknown bard. I wish I had the pleasure to meet this man. I've only heard amazing stories. Single-handed, his friends were in danger. Ended up in a parallel dimension of some sort. Through this dimension, they were targeted by goblins and dragons, and our brave hero stood the test. Through his amazing instrumentation, managed to quell the beast, causing it to run away, saving his friends, and making it back home to tell the story.
Tell me, what type of instrumentation did he use?
Oh, let me tell you about the kazoo.
The kazoo.
Kazoo, yes, it's an amazing instrument. Not many play it. More should. To be in the presence of a master like Luciano as he plays the kazoo is just. Moments like that are very few in one's lifetime. It's one of those you really treasure.
This kazoo, is it a magical thing like the bladed flute of the lightless dawn temple?
I mean,
It's
I've
a
never
legend.
heard-
I've never seen it personally, but I've heard of it.
well, I've never heard of this flute, but no, I mean it's probably of equal measure of legend, if I had to say.
And the melodic sound of this kazoo, It is like a whistle, like a stringed
Think
instrument.
of like a whistle and a screech had a baby.
This sounds very painful, actually.
Yes, but when played by a true professional, nothing like it.
I believe you. What an interesting story. And how did this quell the dragon?
Well, it defeated the dragon. Dragon died. Horrible death. You know,
Kazoo did
it's
this.
the magic from the kazoo did this.
So it is a magical instrument. Okay.
The magic was played through it. He's a magical bard of unparalleled skill. Yes, yeah.
Oh, this is most interesting.
It's
Thank
amazing.
you for sharing your story. It is not
You're
the best
welcome.
story I've heard, I must be honest, but it is a story.
Luciano
nonetheless.
immediately looks just immediately like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm so sorry.
Please, excuse me. You have me at a disadvantage. You know my name, Barter of the Flaming Water. Blue Bart for short, to my friends, like you. What is your name?
Yes. Lewin? Nice to meet you.
Lewin.
Lewin, yes.
Lewin. Okay, Lewin. Beautiful. And you,
It's
miss, please, tell me a story. And he reaches out his hand to take yours.
I take the hand and give it just that little
Which
too
hand?
enthusiastic. I mean, whichever one's is correct. So I'm guessing right-handed, probably my normal hand.
Enchanting. Please, tell me a story I've never heard before.
Well,
Or a joke.
I have a joke.
I am all ears. And you see his ears twitch up.
Okay. Why was the tomato blushing?
Why was the tomato blushing?
Because it saw the salad dressing.
Drinks for both of them.
I magic
Go.
tanker to back out. Yes.
Yes, that the joke got it for both of you. Congratulations.
Your story
Please.
was
Thank you.
Tell me more.
more? That was the
I'm
joke.
sorry?
It's just 2 lines.
Oh, well,
Set up punch.
tell
line.
me, you have my attentions, about how you came to come to Mastika and New Baldur's Gate. And with that, we transition back to Vale, Turja, and Rafe. As you're down in the first floor bar, you've put your shell phone away. What is it you guys are thinking at this point?
I think we're still standing around the board with all the wanted posters and job postings.
Mm-hmm.
Cheap drink in hand.
It occurs to me that we should probably get rid of some of these clothes that we've been dragging around. I don't think anyone here is going to recognize the original owners of the clothing.
I would
And we
Yeah,
imagine
that's true.
We can say that it was salvaged off of a ship.
legitimate salvage, right? Hey, whatever you need, I'll give you a hand. I think my work's done here as I hold my mug up to the now neatly organized and alphabetized wall of wanted posters and job offerings.
Yes, including now you created or you adjusted one of them, correct?
Indeed. The racist paladin that we encountered last session, Garvial, is now wanted for sedition and diamond smuggling. Known to carry quantities of diamonds on his person.
Outstanding. Well, as you guys are sitting waiting for Sim and Luciano to come downstairs, you find yourselves waiting for a little while. You do
we
see
get dinner
some
while
very.
we wait?
Say again?
Do we get dinner while we wait?
This doesn't look like the dinner kind of place. I mean, they serve like appetizer type foods, but you're not going to get a sumptuous feast here. You're going to get hard booze, expensive hard booze, and expensive food.
Well,
And
maybe
that
somewhere
food
else
is like tapas, like appetizers.
Apple.
Mhm. By the way, sun-dried tomatoes. They have a lot of them here, and they're very sweet and delicious. Rafe, you notice that some very large, scruffy individuals, led by what looks like to be one of the stockiest dwarves you've seen in a long time, takes a long look at some of those wanted posters and snatches about 3 of them off the wall, but you can't tell which ones were taken. They stumble up.
Hey, Vale, I don't know if you noticed that dwarf and his, I guess, posse just grabbed some of the posters. Do you remember all of the posters that were there before?
Yes, I alphabetized them myself. One moment. I'll do a walk-by of the old board.
2 nobodies and Garviel's poster is missing.
Our work here is done.
Wow. So easy.
A few minutes pass. You guys order yourselves another round of cheap ale. Go ahead and mark off your silver pieces as needed. And with that, you're going to decide that you're going to figure out where you're going to sell the goods that you have.
Yes.
Okay.
And instead of being dumb and asking questions, I think we're going to try and do it by listening.
Okay. This is something Turja might be particularly good at, as well as Vale. So make a investigation check in this case, because you're listening, but you're listening to various different conversations as you guys are waiting for Sim and John.
And instead of rolling myself, I'm just going to aid Vale's.
Okay. Vale, if you want to go ahead and roll with advantage, please.
Yes,
You
please.
don't want to help
And
me?
I'm gonna
You rolled before I could.
buff myself with the D6 here.
Okay.
Wow, horrible. 15.
15 and 17. Admirable. So you know that
Oh.
Grey Castles will buy darn near anything, although they tend to buy only the local stuff, and they have a small warehouse or storage building on site. Aurora's will not probably buy your things, and they operate off of a ship in the docks, so they take everything on the ship. Strangely, there's rumors that ship is more than meets the eye, because the ship doesn't leave as often as it probably should based on what it has hauled onto it. But they're tending to buy stuff from locals, and they're far more willing to buy from locals that don't come through the city but come around onto the docks, and they have special arrangements with some of those folks anyway. There are also a couple other different less savory types that will definitely buy anything you put up. However, go at your own risk, but do know that they probably won't ask too many questions.
Well, I think it's best that we not try and unload everything all at once, and maybe split between 2 different buyers.
I concur. Wouldn't want to make anyone too suspicious or break the market.
Turja, you also hear about a place called the Purple Feather, which is the place where most of the people who've come into a large sum of money tend to go buy their foppish clothes. They're a combination of things that they can get from Toril mixed with local garb and materials as well to create a rather unique feel. It's your opinion that possibly the fabrics and the clothing that you have may be easily dual used, and would even, in its use of breaking up, potentially make it even harder to discern where the stuff originally came from, thus masking your position that much further.
You could do it at the Purple Feather. Perhaps if I and Luciana go under disguises, that will also help to make sure nobody traces it back to us.
That makes a certain amount of sense. Also, don't go for top dollar. They always ask more questions when you want more money.
True enough.
Hey, whatever you need, I'm there.
I think
this
we
point-
actually have a plan here.
Yeah, we switch back up to Sim and Luciano. So, please illuminate me as to what brought you to town, if you could call it that.
A boat?
Uh-huh.
That
Yeah.
is very funny. Which boat?
I don't know the names of all the boats.
I don't think it's here anymore.
I
Bad.
do not know the name of the ship which embarked you here.
I get a touch of seasickness, as it were. I spend most of the time with my head in a bucket.
Ah, a man of action with a queasy tummy. I see. Lewin, you strike me as someone who would be much more entertaining.
When I'm not on the water, absolutely. When the waves are moving, ugh. Not most adept. Probably.
And you, miss. Do you have any more to illuminate? Are you two here together, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay. Are you a couple? Oh, is romance in the air?
Arm through arm. No.
No?
No, just brother from another person.
Right.
Yep.
Friends. I see how this goes. This is friends. Very close friends, nonetheless. It is wonderful. It is good to have friends.
Yes, and you're now a friend. Our
I'm
friend.
a very good friend to have in town.
Wow, that's amazing.
I try.
Oh, and I kind of like inch closer to him. How good of a friend would you be able to? And I kind of point to the little marker on my skin.
Which marker on your skin? What's
Our
that?
tab. For our tab.
Oh. You haven't made that level of friend yet. But, depending on what you ask and what you provide, who knows? Maybe things could happen for you.
Wheel and deal.
Of course. But, you have paid your tab in full in terms of coming onto the third floor. Congratulations. Enjoy your free beverage. I must be circulating amongst the other guests.
Fantastic. Well, it was great to meet you, Bart.
Much better. And he shakes your hand too, and you feel just the hint of claws touch your hand as he shakes. Please
Ooh.
stay on this the good side of the roof. Huh?
Much appreciated. And I kind of cheers him with the drink that he paid for. Thank you.
Oh, it looks like a storm is coming in. Well,
Ooh.
we shall get the canopies up.
Sounds like a fantastic idea. Nobody wants to drink while they're wet.
You're so smart.
Yes, and I like to keep business running. Okay. He starts clapping, yo, 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 and he takes off and he starts, telling some of the workers to get some of the canopies rolled across the roof in an archway. And he begins circulating with some other guests. He's charming as can be. You just see him laughing and just working the crowd like it owes him money. And the crowd easily bends to it. Most of which have seen the conditions of which if you anger him, what could happen, or if you threaten him, what could happen. But nonetheless, he seems to be smiling and unfazed.
Interesting fellow. Turn to Sim.
I think he's really nice. I think we should come back and talk to him more. But I did say
Right.
come downstairs.
Rafe, yeah. Hey.
Did you still want to try the gem?
And I kind of like look over and I'm like, and I do like a little next time.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if I dare you?
And I'm like, I kind of look over, I'm like, do it? You bet?
Yeah. You won't do it. You won't do
I
it.
kind of climb up top.
Oh, hello, my friend. I
Oh,
see you are
hi.
feeling feisty. Do you wish to place a bet?
A bet.
Yes.
What are normal goings?
He steps up closer. Well, what is the bet that you can jump off of this with me and you will be able to walk away?
How tall is it?
It's 3 stories.
You'll be fine, probably.
It'll be great. What are you talking about? Yeah. I'm very confident.
You are feeling very confident. I like your confidence. Would you like to hold hands as we do this?
And I kind of like, oh. I know you bought me a drink, but you need to slow your roll.
It is your choice.
And I kind of very much, all of a sudden hitting me. I'm sobering up as I'm looking down. I'm like, but I'm also already here.
Is this a
what
bet?
it? A bet? Sure. Yeah, let's bet.
Shake
what do
on
we
it?
bet?
He
Put my hand
shakes.
out. Yeah.
Great. And then he yanks you off. Are you trying to resist?
No. What I will try to do is, as we're going down, hold on to him as tight. Like I'm gonna grab, squeeze his hand and kind of pull him into me.
Oh, good. He make a dexterity check.
Right. Just a regular check.
Yeah.
Oof, not great. 6.
Okay. You fail miserably. As a matter of fact, as he pulls you off, he snatches off your hand and grabs your wrist and yanks you into a twist as you go down. And he twists himself as he touches sides of the building to slow his descent acrobatically. You now have to do the same thing with disadvantage.
So what am I rolling?
You're rolling an acrobatics check at disadvantage.
All right. Well, it's gonna be a 2 unless it's a 1. A 2. So it's 5
Okay.
total.
So I need you to roll. How many d6 damage would that be for that fall?
You tell me.
Vale, how many d6 damage would that be for that fall? 3 stories?
3d6, I think.
Yeah. All right.
3? I don't care. As I'm going down, I am taking every ounce of composure that I can muster at all to not go down screaming. So I'm scared as hell and I'm trying not to show it.
Okay.
You said 3d6?
Yeah, it's 12 points of bludgeoning damage as you bang into the building on your way down. And then I need you to make a constitution check at...
You rolled it. You rolled it. Gotcha.
I rolled it, yeah. And you need to beat a 13.
To just a straight roll, or?
Yes. Or something breaks.
Oh, okay. Let it break. I'm feeling there are no consequences. 18!
You land hard. It hurts.
Ugh.
And you
Kind of that
but you
shockwave going through the body.
Yeah. It's like you bite down. You even bang your chin into your chest for a minute and come back up. And he lands right next to you. Ho, 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 ho. This is very impressive indeed.
And I said, it's very much the kind of I'm imagining the tear rolling down. Suck it back up. Suck it back up.
You feel like you could dance a jig, huh?
If only I had a dance partner.
Well, here, you have won this bet accordingly. Hold on. He pulls out a bag and pulls out a single diamond and hands it to you.
And I very much just, thank you.
How would you like to double your money?
Oh no, I'm good with what I've made so
No. Hear me out. How would you like to double your money?
No. I'm okay.
All you have to do is beat me climbing back up.
No! You know what? I'm already down here, and I think my friends are down here, so I'm just gonna meet them down in the bottom.
It is a smart man that knows when to quit.
Yeah. Next time, though. Yes, next time.
Yes, you stopped the drop. You may want to get some of them bruises on your face.
I'm sorry. And it's like, oh.
Butt.
Oof.
And your left knee checked out. I wish you the best.
Thank you. And I kind of like do a
Goodbye.
little hobble away.
And he starts sprinting up the wall, like bouncing, cat-like. Oh, I wonder why.
I look for Sim on the top. I'm just like,
I'm gone.
You're already gone. You already bolted down the stairs.
Yeah.
He gets up to the top, looks around, and then you don't see him anymore. Sim, you have both bolted down the second floor and the third floor, where you see Rafe. The three of you have no idea what has just happened at the bottom. Vale, Turja, and Rafe, but you see Sim coming screaming down the stairs, and
Hey guys, what's up? Hey, hi. Scoot over. Scooch, scooch. Oh, where's the drink? Are we having fun?
Is everything all right?
Super all right.
Are you quite sure?
Oh yeah, no, definitely not squishy or anything. I'm feeling wonderful. Thank you for asking. How are you doing, Tertia?
I think I'll go check around the building. Where was Luciano anyway?
He should be here any minute now. He had to take a trip.
I see. I slowly get up and start wandering in the direction that Sim came from.
so you start going toward the stairway to the second floor.
Yes.
Okay. Rafe, Vale, anybody doing anything different? Otherwise, she's going upstairs, and we're going to stay in the tavern.
No. Tertia,
Yes?
were you coming with us to help with the salvage?
In just a minute, I want to make sure. I just want to find Luciano so he comes with us as
He's
well.
not up there.
Oh, where is he?
Can I walk through the door at this point?
You see the doors boom open, and this guy who's kind of. How would you describe your posture and how you're walking at this point?
So I am very much. I have a little bit of a limp, but I'm very much as I am performing the greatest performance of my life. I am trying so hard to look unfazed and just like straight backed, but definitely every movement is a little bit of pain.
Make a performance check.
Oh yeah.
Here we go.
I thought there it is. Sorry. Scroll up.
Starts with a P.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go.
17.
I mean, the party knows that you've hurt yourself. They can tell because you're not doing your normal Luciano walk. Everyone else just thinks you're a rough dude who's got a bit of a limp.
Yep.
Of which there are a few in this bar that you've already seen. But yeah. And then
I want to make. How much is a diamond?
this
and does
diamond, this
does-
diamond you will have to get assessed, but it's not a tiny one.
I really wanted to. Okay, well I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna pull out 50 gold pieces. That was how much my drink was, and I'm gonna hobble up to the bar. And then I'm just gonna put it on the tab. I'm closing out for the night.
Okay. So you got your hand. He pulls out a vial. He takes a small smudge of something, dips it in, wipes it, and it literally disintegrates the mark off your hand. There's no pain, no nothing. It just disappears.
I go to Sam and I show her the diamond. I go, does this count for the bet?
Yeah, absolutely. Good job. Wow. Did you find that on the ground?
I was my reward for participating in the little adventure.
You are so brave, Lucy.
What was the venture?
I'm sorry, what? Oh, I jumped off the roof.
That doesn't sound safe.
I'm
Or
sorry,
I guess
what?
Rather, I was pulled off the roof.
What?
He's fine.
But
Look
I
how
made.
fine he
Look
is.
at what I made, and I showed them all the diamond.
And make a perception check, Luciano.
13.
Yep, okay. Yeah, the party seems to be looking at your diamond intently.
Yeah. See?
Perhaps don't wave that around so, wavily.
Yeah, you,
That's a
and
word.
oh yes, of course, and I stuff it in my bag.
Is that an adjective? Adverb. That's an adverb, right?
I don't know what else to say.
Well, it is what it is. You put away, I'm assuming, and you guys have made your way out of the tavern. You make your way out of the tavern. Can we switch over to some city ambiance, please? Stepping out into the air, the hot, humid air of the city once more, you find yourselves in close confines with the locals as everyone is moving to and fro in the different directions they need to go. Moving back toward the main street where there's a little more room. You begin going down and then you hear, "Hey! Stop you! I wasn't finished."
I cast message,
Okay.
and Luciano, you hear, "Luciano, you should put the diamond in the bag of holding." You can respond to this message.
And I say, diamond, because I thought I put it in the bag. I must have put it. I was like, did I put it in the wrong bag? And I quickly looked down, rummage around. I'm like, okay, throw it in the other bag.
And as you all turn to look to see who's yelling, you see Garviel, the paladin, pointing, pulling his sword out, and just as he does so, 6 guys blindside him. What the? And you see him getting it back up as other guys begin kicking him, hitting him with large steel clubs or other blunt objects. "You son of a... There's a bounty out for you!" And they are just wailing on this guy. What do you all do?
Keep
I point and
walking.
laugh.
Not a
is-
It's the
goddamn
tank
thing.
man.
It is so nice to see that Baldarian justice is alive and well in Mestika.
I keep moving, keep my head down.
Okay.
If there's an open air like market vendor, I'll buy like a lizard and a stick. Have a little treat.
Okay. There are various different sumptuous iguana and other lizards on sticks. There's also some large chunky things that are like giant lizards that apparently were taken down, and they're like cows.
Ooh.
And they have slices of baby back ribs, lizard back ribs, whatever you want to call them. Lizard tail. bacon
Are there
pie.
dino back ribs?
No. Lizard.
I'll buy, one for myself and then force into everyone else's hands something that looks amazing.
Oh yeah.
Eat up. Here. Keep your strength up.
How do you eat
As
it?
you,
With your hands.
My hands don't have mouths. How do?
Then I
do you
kind of
start
just
with
like
your
touch it.
my hands don't have mouths. That's gonna be the line of the month on this one.
feet? Like, it's like someone who's never eaten a taco before. That's I imagine the energy about this. Anyways, continue.
Oh,
Eats it from the bottom.
There's no wrong way to eat it.
Oh, that's good.
Tim probably finds a wrong way to eat it.
Challenge accepted.
You don't eat the toes. You don't eat the toes.
Bottom up.
All right. So you guys are nibbling on your grilled lizard. You do ask here and there, it's like, hey, we're looking for the purple feather. Oh, Rory's place. Somebody tells you, and then they give you directions here and there. You get lost trying to make your way through the various different roadways and alleys, and someone else directs you in the right direction, or so it looks like. And you do eventually stumble into a area where there's a row of shops, and you find a large, dark-stained, reinforced oak door with a sign above it that has a purple feather swirling in there, and it's obviously the purple feather. Stepping into the door, it's late afternoon. You guys step in. Ding ding. The door closes, and you are greeted, instead of more hot, humid air, it is relatively cool in here. Not cold, just cool, and more importantly, the air is much less humid. there is the smell of incense and how would I explain this? A robust gentleman steps forward. Hello, welcome to the Purple Feather.
Greetings.
Are you
I
here? Purchase?
have been told
Oh.
by reliable parties that you are a man of taste and means.
Well, Rory Lancer at your service. From
A
the
pleasure.
yes. Originally of the the Amnian Lancers, if you will. But anyway, what brings you in? I am a man of taste and means, and we serve those who wish to have a little extra fashion, if you will.
We have had the fortune of benefiting from the misfortune of others, if you understand.
Well, we have had a time or two of that, yes. I've benefited from that too.
Luciano
the
wants to
voyage
fully
over-
lie.
On the voyage over, we managed to acquire some fashionable clothing from a, let's call it a less fortunate party.
Right, laws of the seas and all. Laws of the seas.
Yes, and we're looking to unload some of those. Now, I must be honest with you, I am told that these are a couple of seasons out of date. But at one time they were the finest of Waterdavian clothes.
Well, please, allow me. I will be happy to make that
Certainly.
assertion. Yes.
And I'll reach in and pull out one of the really nice sets
Mhm.
and one of the fine clothing sets.
Okay.
And hand both of those over.
And how many of these do you have?
Well, we have a full 25 of similar style to this one, pointing at the Waterdavian noble's clothes. And
25.
only 15 of the, well, let's call them aristocratic clothing.
Oh my goodness. Well, you are right, of course. These are a few seasons out of season. And how much were you looking for them?
My good man, I think we both understand that the fair price here is the lower price. We have done very little, save risking a little life and limb, recovering them, and we're only looking to earn enough profit to justify carrying them with us, if you understand.
Mm-hmm.
Say 60 gold for the very fancy ones, and call it 6 for the nice ones.
You've got yourself a deal.
Wonderful.
That is a price that is hard to beat. I'm not even going to argue with you. I would be hard pressed to find a better deal.
Oh, boo. I
Well-
thought it was going to be fun.
I think we both understand that we're not looking to really profit from this. Like I said, we had to carry them away, but really, they were always yours.
I believe that discretion is the better part of valor here. If you will.
Excellent.
Absolutely. Please put them out on the counter here. I will count them, and I will be right back. And he goes behind a curtain wall.
Yep. So I will have Lucy clothes horse, handing him outfits to lay out.
I'm kind of holding them up to myself. Oh,
And Terja, you can correct his mistakes.
I reach over and I'm like, no, you're supposed to do it this way.
I kind of just like, I'm back.
As you're doing this, you do look around the store. There are various different examples of the workmanship here. There are a variety of things that are, you can see, have cloth and styles and in some of the forms of the Sword Coast area, but mixed with fabrics and beads and the occasional stone that's been polished of the local region as well. They are quite beautiful. Certainly not nobles' clothes, but very, very nice nonetheless. You would see a very well-to-do merchant or noble, or ship captain, which a good ship captain is very well off, by the way, wearing things like this. And now you know suddenly where some of those things that you've seen ship captains wear might come from.
Say, do you deal in any fancy leather craft?
Well, he comes back out and you ask that, and he's as fancy as we can reasonably get. Yes. What did you have in mind? And he has a chest that he keeps there.
Something with some straps for my rooster.
For your.
About yay big.
How big?
About rooster sized. Indicate with my hands.
Large rooster. So what do you want the straps to do for the rooster?
Oh, like a little harness and some blinders. But fancy. That's not something I can just whip up. She'll be back in town. Could put a deposit down.
I could have it done in a 10-day.
Sure, I'll take that gamble. That'll be back.
And I guarantee you it's a gamble. Yes, you'd have to pay in full.
Okay.
All right. 20 gold.
20 gold it is. And I
Now,
sketch out the dimensions.
Choose your leather. Do you want blue crocodile? Do you want,
Blue crocodile. Speaks me.
Excellent. It's such a contrast to most roosters. I figured it would be appealing. All right. Anyway, all right. And he counts it all out. Counts out the gold. What's the total on that?
1565. Everyone is taking 313 gold.
Oh.
Okay. Unless that's
You
in the
haven't
shared
already.
treasure, each of you can take 313 gold, and he counts it out. Total, lets you separate it out on the table as well. Closes, locks. It is an absolute joy to do business with all of you. And please, the next time you're in town with salvage, please certainly look me up.
Absolutely, Mr. Lancer. This has been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And he takes his chest behind the curtain, comes back out. Are you still here?
Oh, well, Luciano was looking at some of your outfits.
These are unparalleled. I've never seen something with such eye for design.
They are Purple Feather originals. Every one of them made by myself or some of my apprentices in the back. Under my watchful eye, of course.
And I'm like, as I'm talking, I'm just like holding things up and like comparing different sleeves or different patterns. And I'm like, oh, I might have to come back later to do a fitting.
Absolutely. You know what would work for you?
I kind of stand up straight. What's that?
A head wrap bandana. Like a long flowing one, much like the sailors of we see coming from Kozakura. As they stop
Okay.
in the port.
And as I'm thinking about it, I change my hat to a headband. Oh, yeah, it would be nice. Ah, look at that.
That's amazing.
Yes. We got a few tricks.
Well, I was hoping to sell you one, but apparently my fashion advice is free today.
Hey, this is simply a mimic. You know, I might have to come by and get the real thing sometime.
Right. Well, best of luck. Unless there's
Thank you.
anything further, and a couple
No.
more customers happen to walk in. I'll be right with you. Welcome
think
to the
we're
Purple
fine.
Feather.
Thank you again.
Thank
And I will start to get the ducklings in a row out of the store.
Okay. Everybody steps back outside, and you are back in the city streets once more.
As I step out, like this, Lucy has definitely been spending a lot of social capital, so his face just kind of like sinks. He's got his smile just kind of like, ugh.
You okay, good buddy?
Oh yes, and I kind of, yep, they're doing great. Where are we headed to next?
Chicken vendor.
I would like some dinner at some point this evening.
Oh, we're gonna get at the chicken vendor.
2 birds.
That won't be long.
I think we should
okay.
go with Vale, and then we can go find somewhere else for actual dinner for the rest of us. Not just fresh chicken, no offense, Vale.
No,
Do you
none
actually
taken.
eat normal food?
Oh,
Have we
yes,
seen any
yes.
normal food yet? Okay.
Yeah.
You've
Yeah.
definitely seen Vale eat normal food.
Just checking.
This is a road chicken.
Chicken. Maybe don't call it that. I don't know. Doesn't sound appetizing.
All right.
See, feathers
It's easy to
tickle
find
less than
street
fur.
vendors for chicken as you're wandering in. And the sun begins to set. It is a purple setting sun, but you do see clouds rolling in. Just before that, you see the moon starting to rise as well. As the sun sets on one side, the moon is rising on another. And it is a full moon with the tears of Isha, as they are well known, flowing behind. I'm sorry.
I just howl a little bit.
Okay. The chicken is delicious, garnished with local vegetables. You get some plantains and a couple other delicious treats. And you actually are offered some of the freshest mestique and bean juice you've ever had in your life, with a hint of something called cocoa.
Oh,
Nice.
melts. Yeah.
It's from here.
I haven't had this in forever.
Oh. Places, some interesting delicacies for a untumble city like this one.
Are we just here to eat food? I'm not complaining about that. But did we have something else we're going to do today?
Yes,
Oh, you
but not in public.
Oh.
Are we gonna gear up and head out then?
Head out. Yes.
Oh, to the place.
With the stuff?
Yes,
Yeah,
that place.
Keanu took a fall off of a roof, so he's just like, yeah.
I don't want to say it in public.
But while everyone is awkwardly talking about this, I'm gonna reach over and suggestively touch Cimmerine's shoulder, playing off my comment as though I am talking about that rather than the other thing.
That's what she took it as, to be completely honest. So
Yes, no, I know she did, which makes it
Luciano-
even funnier.
yeah.
Luciano looks at him. Vale, back up.
What?
The joke was funny enough. You didn't need to prove your point.
I'm sorry, I completely missed it.
Or not, sorry, Rafe. My bad. You touched the. See, I still don't know about Sim, and so I think he's just being suggestive. I'm like, hey, Rafe, cool your jets, buddy. Hold on. What are you doing?
You've been on a ship with us for
Nope, he still doesn't
No,
know.
but we said last time I had no idea
He
still.
has no idea.
For it and everything.
Jesus.
Every
Lucy,
opportunity that you guys took, he just happened to be in the wrong place.
Wow.
I think we're gonna fix it real quick. Lucy, hey,
Huh?
you looking? Grab, smooch, look at you.
Ah!
Committed to the bit.
And I kinda
You're
turned to
committed
Valen.
the bit.
And Turja, I'm like, Turja, Val.
I stare at Sim and
Is
I
this
say
what-
something like, that explains a lot.
Is this what we're doing now? And I grab Lucy and I kiss her.
What's going on?
I didn't wish for that kind of group,
Roll
but this
for
is going to make
soft
things a
lips.
lot more interesting.
Roll for soft lips. Ooh. I kind of look at Vale. I'm like,
Are you two? How long has that been happening?
and I kind of look. I'm like, since 10 seconds ago.
Congratulations! I always knew you two kids would get together. Wow.
Well, on the
Maybe
bright
Chica.
side, Luciano, you finally
Chica.
realized Val isn't my boyfriend.
Oh no, I knew that.
We thought you were married, actually.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get in the middle of you two.
Hey, there's enough avail to go around.
Some people are really open-minded. It's whatever year it is. People do all sorts of wild stuff these days.
Winnie is Tika, you know?
Remind me
What
to get a
happens to
separate
Chica?
room when we get back to the inn.
So, Lucy's head was already hurting, and now it's just spinning. It's very much like he has no idea what's happening anymore.
Luciano may or may not have a concussion.
Yeah.
It's entirely possible. But, you know, hey.
Okay, a lot to go across. We'll deal with this. We'll deal with this. I'm pointing at Sim and I'm pointing at Vale. I'm like, we'll address all this. Where are we going?
Yes. Well, if we can't talk about the plan again, we probably should go find some place quiet to talk about it and then figure out where we're going.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Someplace with dinner, by preference.
If need be, we could write it out if we're worried about being overheard. Burn it.
I'm
for
going to
reading.
cast message again, and I am going to Terja, you hear this in your head. We should leave the city before we even discuss this. You can respond to this message.
I mutter. Well, I sort of whisper, "That's fine. Just let's get some food and let's go back to our hotel room and get some sleep."
Once Terja is finished responding, you all get the same message,
One by one.
one by one.
Okay.
Yes. Food, sleep.
Alrighty. As you guys head back to your rooms, make a perception check for me.
Woohoo!
I was about to say I'm just going to aid Cimmerian, but she already rolled a 20, so
Nice.
Terja, you and Cimmerian notice it almost first. The little pouch that was holding Luciano's diamond is now flapping.
It's in the bag of holding.
Oh, well. Your coin purse is now flapping.
Lucy,
And I'm just kind of like walking, holding my head a little bit. Huh?
I think your coin purse has come unfolded.
What? And I kind of immediately like, where? I'm looking for it.
And it's there. It's still strapped to you, but it's been slit open and emptied.
Uh-oh.
Hmm.
That sucks. How much did you have?
A lot of money. I had a lot of money.
Now you don't.
Well, it wasn't a coin purse of holding, so we're going to say 10% of what you had was in your ready cash bag.
Sure.
The rest of it would have been in your, bag of holding.
Fair.
So, yeah.
Still a lot of money.
Still unpleasant.
Hmm. I do math. I'm not good at it.
you know what it was? It was less than the value of the diamond they were really after.
Probably. Hopefully.
Probably not.
That's all I can do.
That was a lot
Pray
of
for
money.
Like 130 gold.
How much is a diamond worth?
You don't know. You haven't had it.
I
assessed
don't
yet.
know.
And are any of you
I say through
jewelers?
gritted teeth at Turjo, I don't know how much it was worth.
Technically, no. But I do play one on TV. I have Garlo's tools.
That's a
think would actually
tinker's
let
tool
me-
set, not a jeweler's
Okay.
tool set. That's
I mean, Turja has a merchant background trading luxuries. Would she have some idea?
Trading luxuries is not a jeweler.
Okay, worth a try.
I will always try to rule in your favor within reason, but this is one of the reasons. What I won't say that a skill choice can take the place of another one. There is a give and take in some cases for that. Everyone has a limit in skills, and with that, you have to make choices. And so, some things you will have to outsource, and some things you will not. So, that being said, you have discovered this. You are now only 100 feet away from your place when you discover it.
Ooh. Okay. And I'm just like,
I don't think we're going to figure out who did it, Usama. I'm sorry.
I can.
Is
consider
what it is.
mine.
oh, it's fine. I have some more.
Bummer. I check mine. Start to
Everybody else has. Everybody instinctively grabs for their coin purse when that happened, and all of you, the rest of you, still have your coin purse.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll just keep a closer eye on our monies and people who stand too close to us, I guess.
Noted.
Sorry.
And
Lucy.
maybe keep a little bit less in your ready cash pouch.
I've never had so much. I didn't know how much I would need on hand. I just. I need a bed.
Maybe keep a big fat bag of coppers.
Yeah.
As you guys stumble into your abodes, you easily move up to your room with a minimum of effort. You get into your room, the door opens. You guys close the door, you lock it. Where you are sitting in the room itself. The warm air permeates, but it is cooled as the storm begins to move in, and you can hear the light rain begin outside. Anything else you want to talk about inside? Or is that it for you?
We'll just settle in for the evening.
Yeah.
Anyone think there's any magic items for sale in town? Low level stuff?
It's really expensive here. They do.
True, but sometimes, there's only something available. I'm looking for a helm of comprehend languages.
I'm not sure you'd find anything that specific here. It's hard to find anything that specific in Baldur's Gate, and it's the biggest trade center on the Sword Coast, so
Fair enough.
There might be some scrolls, comprehend languages I could use on myself.
Okay.
Certainly something you can look up.
Another time, perhaps.
And with that, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to find out what happens to the party. Don't forget to enter the contest to win a candle from Husim.
Mythology. These folks. These folks.
And where can they go to get that? At the link in chat?
Indeed, there should be a link in chat. I can hang out. You can do the command epic for the
Epic.
giveaway.
All right. And with that, we will see you guys in just a few minutes. And we're back. Welcome back, everybody. The party has just settled in for the night in their rooms. Just to ask real quick, did we get a bunch of entries in for the contest? Okay, we still have plenty of room in there, so make sure you guys get your entries in. Exclamation point epic. Type that in chat, and you will be entered. Whoops. Got some stuff dropping. From there, you get entered into a candle from who is it, Tim?
Mythology.
Mythology. And Luciano, what do they win exactly?
What do they win? A candle? What do you mean? And the glory that comes along with the candle. Look at that.
Quite a bit of glory, I might add. So,
yeah.
Plus, what was it you said, Sim? It smells good, but not in a nerdy way, but not that bad of a nerdy way.
It's
the good kind of nerdy way.
Like the good kind, yeah.
Yeah, the good kind. So with that, I've said that probably 8 times too. We come back to the party. Settling in, strange birds chirping in the distance in the evening. Punctuated occasionally by the call of an animal that you've never heard of before, occasionally. You have truly got the feel of a foreign land. You hear that the city does not seem to go to sleep either. There are people wandering the streets around outside, and your windows, which do not actually have glass in them, but do have the equivalent of bars made of wood. It's essentially artfully done, closed and bolted from the inside, but you can hear things from the outside.
Luciano is tossing and turning. He's just,
I did realize, seeing as I often don't sleep my full 8 hours, Vale probably has company most evenings. At least that probably would have been figured out on the boat of, oh, hey, if you want an insomnia buddy, I'm probably awake.
During the time that Sim is asleep, Vale, you're daydreaming a bit. You don't have to sleep, but you do think. Right? And you're coming back to some memories. You're in Maztica. You know you were conceived in Maztica. You may not have been born there. I don't remember. Were you born in Maztica as well?
Yes, somewhere probably close by. I don't have the specifics, but before I was on a ship.
Yeah, you're told by your mother that you were born here not long before she left here. And that was a while back, actually. Quite a while back. Over 100 years ago, maybe? How old are you now?
50. It was my 50th birthday.
So 50 years ago. 50 years ago. Your mom had a conversation and told you stories about things that you saw or things that she saw and did here. She talked about the excavation of a massive excavation of a city with a very large temple within. And all of the buildings of this city and all of the temple itself were massive in size. The stairs were huge. Like you had to, whatever creatures lived here, they were giants of massive stature. And it was often referred to by the locals as temples of local gods at one time who left. And the jungle had all but overtaken it at one point. Your mother tells the stories of large crews of people that were uncovering the jungles and uncovering the jungle from these massive buildings, and the giant temple in the middle that was, well, as black as can be, was a type of obsidian never seen before.
I remember these stories. They used to give me nightmares.
Mm-hmm. And then one day, she tells about how they opened a vault, and they felt a coldness within. A massive vault. The doors to this vault had to have been 18 to 20 feet tall. Inside was a sarcophagus, massive in scope. Pictographs on the walls showed various different things, but they were still in the process of translating some of them. What was known as this was the son of a great leader. And instead of opening the sarcophagus, the work crews went to sleep that night. There were cries in the night, and several were discovered absolutely brutally destroyed, bone dry of any blood or fluids. And when they went to check the sarcophagus the next day, thinking it was coincidence that animals had gotten a hold of them, the sarcophagus was found cracked and opened. Several seals were discovered broken. It was apparent some of the local workers had tried to get in the night to steal away what treasures they could.
It was
Instead,
the curse, right?
Yeah, they released some foul creature. Slowly, ever so slowly, some of the work crew began to disappear. And eventually, only a small skeleton crew of the most loyal of your fellow workers, of your mother's fellow employees, stayed as the rest of the natives left. The hired hands thinking the place cursed. Of course, you guys ignored it, thinking animals were doing the work, until the day that her husband disappeared, your father. And then your mother tells you about her nightmares, about waking, about some foul creature in the shadows, leaving.
Did he have red hair?
She didn't see. The one thing that you do know is your mother left as soon as that happened, because as soon as she could after that happened. She was already very pregnant with you. Her husband had disappeared, and then the day before she left, his body was found. Or so it seemed. It was his clothing, but never him.
Did they leave a grave? Did she ever tell of a grave?
She did not.
Hmm.
She left as soon as possible with the few people remaining with her. She made her way back, and she feels she escaped with her life. And yours. But at what cost?
True. She birthed a monster.
She also gave you one warning, which was never ever to go back there. And then Sim wakes up. Or comes out of her trance.
Probably takes a little bit before start to move about and stretch. Did I miss anything? No? Okay.
There's probably a loud, like, chicken murder sound from Vale's room. And then silence.
Well, all of you are in the same room. It's
Yeah.
a bunk room.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, I apologize then for the
Everyone wakes up
chicken alarm
suddenly.
clock.
We all throw pillows at Vale for waking us up.
Midnight snack.
Kind of crouched over, just going at the chicken, blood on my chin. Just looking very distraught.
I'm gonna approach you like you're a feral animal. Hand out. Hey, but stepping closer. Hey, buddy. You doing? Is this? You doing okay?
I react kind of like a feral dog, and I'm kind of guarding the chicken.
I don't want to share. It's all you. Looks yummy though. You got a little red. You know what? You look great.
I kind of realize what I'm doing. I look at the chicken, I look at you, and I hold the chicken out to you.
No, it's okay. But what I will do is I will sit on the ground, like kind of like back to the wall, and watch you chow down.
Sorry. Bad dream. Waking dream.
Want to talk
Took
about
the
it?
edge off. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I'm a real good listener. Ask anybody.
I haven't thought about this for 35 years now. Childhood stories, talking to my mom, and I go into detail, relaying what Reed did about the excavation, the Temple of Obsidian, the Never Return. I just wonder, whatever happened to my father? Did he survive? Did he die?
That's a big weight.
Well, I don't have a name, but I do have a description now. Red hair, by the side of Magra, or whoever that is.
I hope he's not like a real bad guy, and maybe we can like convince him to play catch or something. I feel like you earned that.
Sorry about the chicken thing. That happened a lot when I was growing up. When I was little.
Don't apologize. We all have our ways of look down to the feathers. Coping. And I'm gonna reach out and like give you like a trying to be a comforting pat, right?
Thanks.
I don't know what's gonna happen when we go that way. I hope whatever answers we do get along the way, maybe that next time you won't have to eat a chicken like that.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's more vampires out there, or the spawn of them.
Do you think you'll be able to navigate that?
I think so.
Okay. I'll be honest, I have no vampire experience. So new ground. So we'll point you as expert.
Thanks, I'll do my best.
That's all I can do.
Is Lucy going to be okay? Because he seemed really beat up earlier.
Jumping off a roof will do that. I'm a little worried about him, though. Roof jumping aside. Just been different. It was nice seeing him be kind of like Lucy there at Blue Bart's place, but he's been different.
I mean, I didn't know him that long, but it's not been the same since he's no longer here with us.
Yeah. We were pretty close, but that happens when you go around drinking and fighting and not dying together.
Not dying. That would be good.
Pro advice, don't do that. I think we all like you enough. At this point, don't do it if you can help it.
You got it, I promise.
And maybe like a small favor. If you plan on leaving, just let us know. Don't hide it or anything. I don't know. That kind of stung a lot.
No, I'm upfront about stuff like that.
Okay, all right. You see, yeah. Okay, cool. Maybe you should talk to Lucy. I don't know. Again, some of us are a little bit more closer to all of it. Maybe you need just kind of a third person.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to talk to him. Find out why is he not a fighter? He hasn't had a lot of real world experience.
Full on big laugh. No, he's really good at hitting stuff sometimes. No, not really a fighter though. More of a lover.
Everybody make a perception check at disadvantage to see if that laugh wakes everybody up.
Check it. What? Disadvantage?
Mm-hmm.
One.
So when you were growing up, when you were younger, you didn't have to like, kill someone when you came of age, did you?
No, but
Oh,
we had a few moments of killing on demand, being part of a hunt. So same
Guess
but
it's-
different.
maybe Lucy just hasn't gone through the rite yet.
Did you have to do that?
Well, that's why I'm asking it. Like, doesn't
Like, it was
everyone?
a good experience for you. That was something you're proud of. Like, doesn't give you nightmares or anything.
Frankly, I don't dwell on it that much. I just thought it was a normal part of growing up and becoming a librarian.
Oh, like, okay. I think we might have had very different experiences in life, and some of those I can't reconcile. So, I want to hear more. I think I need a moment, though.
Here, let me get cleaned up. Sorry.
Oh no, you're actually, yeah. You're gonna freak somebody out. You probably should go clean up.
All right. I go scuttle up into the roof and clean up.
Vale, as you scuttle up to the roof, you do hear the last call of your mother. Stay away from the Temple of Obsidian Daybreak. Sim, as he breaks off and you're trying to process what you just heard, you also had memories flood back to you.
Why not?
Because of exactly what he said and the way you were also treated as a toy.
Yeah. Good
And then
times.
the hunt. Because what you hunted wasn't always an animal. And Rafe wakes up from the laugh but stayed quiet for a bit. Does he say anything now?
Didn't hear what set you off, but I definitely heard you laughing. Good, I hope.
Yeah. They all kind of commented that Lucy might be a fighter. I don't know. It tickled me something.
I guess he hasn't known him that long. If he had, he'd know that Luciano is definitely not a fighter.
But there's something there, right? At this point, like crawling back, like into the bed, slumber party style, sitting cross-legged on the bed. If you're awake now. Sorry.
Well, I mean, he's definitely got magic, and he's not useless.
And as you
But-
say that, Luciano, with his natural one, begins snoring loudly. Nothing is waking him up, save an actual, like, somebody pummeling his face.
But also not really a fighter.
I think he has more gentle of a spirit than we really give him credit for, and I hope he doesn't lose that.
When I
You
drop
guys are-
back down, I leave the chicken next to Luciano and sprinkle some of the feathers around his mouth, like he did this to it. Then I go back to my bed.
Luciano, you begin having dreams, running through the forest, faster than you've ever run before.
Huh.
Your eyesight, keen, sees in the dark better than it ever has. A hunger pulls at you, a rage within that you've never had before. You're hunting for something. and you never find it in your dream. Which fades away a little ways before everyone wakes up the next morning. Everyone gets a long rest. Waking up to the sound of a combination of roosters and howls of some sort of creature you've never heard before. Hoots and hollers, and again, the sound of people moving about. In the last few early morning efforts, you guys hear the market begin to take hold once more as energy returns to the city.
Any reason not to set out today? Once we know where it is we're going exactly, that is.
Yes, but we need information. I kind of say as I yawn and I wake up in my pile of feathers.
Godfried, come here, Godfried. Here, chicken.
I quickly like shove the feathers under the blankets in the bed, trying to like wipe my face.
That damn chicken.
Tim! I ate his chicken!
What?
I don't know, I had a dream. I was chasing something, I was hunting, and I woke up in a pile of chicken feathers, and there's blood, and I don't know, he's looking for his chicken. I think I might have killed his chicken.
Did his kiss turn you into a vampire? Show me your teeth! No, show me your teeth! Those are looking kind of pointy.
Where? It's like freaking out. I don't know what to do.
I whack Sabrine on the back lightly. Sabrine, stop that. You're not turning into a vampire, Luciano.
Gertrude, you don't know any better either. You were sleeping.
Oh, okay. But his
Oh,
teeth
yeah.
don't look pointy.
They don't.
They
Oh, okay.
do, as a matter of fact, yes.
Yeah,
That is one of
tiefling
the
teeth do have a
traits.
little bit of fang to them.
Oh,
Actually.
yeah,
Luciano?
better.
Oh my god, this better not be librarian prom all over again.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I don't know what happened.
We have to get a remedy stat. Like stat.
How do you fix vampire? How do you fix it? What do you do? Have you figured it out? Wait,
Whole
no, of course
cloves
you
of
haven't.
garlic. Whole cloves of garlic.
Garlic. Okay.
Garlic.
Garlic.
Raw.
That sounds like a plan for breakfast for Luciano. For the rest of us, let's just get eggs.
All right. You guys
can do
head
this.
downstairs. There is a small breakfast offering. It's not sumptuous, but there is some eggs, some various different jerky type dried meats, some dried tomatoes, some dried grapes, and
Mastica bean juice?
of course,
Of course.
mastic and bean juice is cheap here too, like coppers.
Okay.
I want to go up to
Single
the
copper
person
for
who's
some of the
free food and be
freshest
like,
you've ever had. What was that,
"Is
Lucy?
it just garlic? Do you just garlic? I don't.
Well, I suppose we could. I mean, like, you just want to eat. You want it grilled? or
I just
something?
need garlic if you got it. There's nothing really. It's just garlic if you have it. I'll take garlic.
can-
Thank you.
You want a clove of it or something?
Yeah. 1, 2, 5, however many you have that you can spare. I will take the garlic. Thank you.
So, are you trying to buy all of our garlic?
No, not all of it. Just an amount that would be good for a thing that I need it for.
Roll for confusion, because that's essentially what you're doing now, man. Like, you're gonna have to.
What am I doing?
Is confusion a roll?
No, it's not.
Just a 20?
That was a sarcasm statement. There is no roll for confusion. So,
I was gonna say,
like,
what do you want me to roll? I'll roll it.
Yeah.
I just need
So,
garlic.
I'll just bring you all our garlic, and you pick as much as you need. Okay?
Appreciate it.
Uh-huh.
He's gonna bring me garlic, guys.
And he brings a string of garlic.
Thank you.
That'll
He's
be,
paying for it, and I point to Vale.
He's not releasing it until he gets paid.
Vale, pay the man. Vale, you did this. Pay the man.
It's like a gold.
Oh, yes, certainly. You can pay a gold for this, of course. Yes, here you go, sir.
And I just bite into it.
Love adventurers.
Point of order. Did he take off the skin first?
Luciano doesn't know how to do garlic. He's just
Make
biting
a
it. He thinks
constitution
it's an apple.
check. Make a constitution check on that. Oh yeah, you gag immediately. It is absolutely the strongest taste you've ever had.
How much do I have to eat?
1 clove a day for a 10-day.
And I just keep trying to chug on the one that I just bit into.
Do you not know what a clove is?
I'm just
No,
biting.
he
I
doesn't.
don't. I assume he means.
He really doesn't in real life.
No,
He doesn't
they
know.
gave me a bunch of garlic.
He doesn't know. This is the best day ever. You really don't know. Oh my god.
This is so
So he tries to eat an entire garlic.
Yeah, a whole clove. Like I said, he's eating it like an apple. He was given a clove
No,
of garlic.
man.
He's just.
Lucy, stop. You're gonna get yourself sick.
Is it?
You're
I'd rather be
you're
sick
not
than
turning.
a.
You're fine. You're fine.
What?
You're fine.
But my teeth.
Hey, do you remember when you kept saying that somebody was my girlfriend? You're welcome. Drink my coffee.
I'll be back. Luciano just gets up, like walks straight into the nearest, like out wherever you can go to wash up, and you just hear gagging.
Okay. Okay. The gagging completes.
Yeah.
Luciano comes back. He has an amazing glistening of sweat all along his forehead. And he has a taste and breath that will kill a buzzard. As you guys pay for your meal and leave, where do you wish to go in the city before you set out?
I'd like to get some silvered crossbow bolts before we get out, in case we need them on the road.
Say, has anyone heard of the Temple of the Obsidian Daybreak?
Oh yeah, a load of times. My favorite place. The what?
Well, huh?
Luciano, make an intelligence check for me real quick. Good enough. You remember something about the bladed flute of the Temple of the Lightless Dawn?
Yeah. Bladed flute of lightless dawn. Is that anything?
No, of the Temple of the Lightless Dawn.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
Bladed flute.
I know there was a flute.
Bladed flute.
Bladed flute
Yes. From the Temple of the Lightless Dawn.
of the Temple of the Lightless Dawn. Is that like obsidian? I mean, lightless dawn, obsidian, black.
Are you saying this out loud now?
Yeah, I'm just like I've heard of a temple since I've been here.
I mean, it sounds familiar. A lot of these things have, varying translations depending on who did it, where they came from. That sounds pretty close. I ask because that goes back to where I came from. My mother and vampires and stuff, Why? Where'd you hear that at?
Oh, from my good friend Bartimus.
What about the flute?
I don't know. He mentioned that there was some kind of flute in legend. He claimed it was better than my kazoo. Can you believe this, man?
I mean, probably is, but
I kind of look at Vale like,
Gentlemen, please.
That's a nice veil.
We have a higher priority errand to run, in case you've forgotten. To do with the stone.
oh yes.
I look at them
Getting
both
a-
significantly.
Kazoo
What?
silvered.
and I kind of look. It's wood.
You got like silver accents. Ooh.
Oh.
Not going to be very effective against lycanthropes, then, is it?
we fought some. And am I aware that I know what a wolf person is? Did we call them lycanthropes, or do we know that they're?
I don't think you did.
Yeah. Like what? Why would I fight a lycanthropic? What?
Well,
Oh, I'm
sometimes
sorry.
you
In
don't
the-
have a choice about when you fight something.
In the common tongue, werewolves.
Like a thing that shifts into a wolf? Because we fought something similar. So I think we'd do all right, actually. I kind of like.
If we get some silvered weapons.
One bit me, actually.
Okay. Silvered weapons. You could probably go to any blacksmith
Ooh.
and request them to do it. If you have the silver ready to go, it would probably be easier. That's something you wish to get done?
Yes.
Okay.
Can we just assume I go find like some silver and then bring it to the blacksmith with the bolts?
No, what we can assume is you dump a lot of your silver coins or gold coins in silver, and they silver them with that. How many bolts are you trying to get done?
20.
20? It's going to be 200 gold to get that done
Okay.
for 20 bolts. Anyone else want anything silvered while they're at it?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm good.
You're all good? All right.
I don't need anything so flashy.
Okay.
Oh,
And
flash. It's a weapon.
That's definitely false, Luciano, but okay.
it takes half a day for the blacksmith to get it done. But they do get it done with your existing bolts. They silver cap them. Changes the feel of it a little bit, but you get a feel just by holding them, kind of how much more you'll need to raise or lower the weapon depending on how they fire. Are you loading them into the drum, or are you going to load them individually?
I'm going to load them into one of the drums, and that's going to be my backup drum.
So you're going to have 20 rounds on the lead. How many fit per drum anyway?
30.
So what are the other 10 rounds? Are this the front 10 rounds or the last 10 rounds?
These will be the front 10 rounds, and I'll put the normal ones for the back 10.
Or the normal ones for the back 10? So first 20 rounds will be silvered. The last 10 will be normal, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Let me make a note of that. All right. Anything else you want to ask around about town before you head out?
Did we want to check about a guide? I picked up, a general map of the area yesterday.
Is he gonna be like what was the guy's name in Neverwinter?
Whose name?
Brain. No.
Rankin? Was that it?
Oh,
Rankin
Rankin
Daltadi.
Yeah. Not, it's gonna be like Rankin.
You got to be subtle about it, though. You can't say where we're going, or
We can't tell the guide where we're going. Are we
I
going to
need you to lead us to a place that I cannot tell you.
Good luck.
Why don't you just look for somebody who's a wilderness survival expert and we'll go from there?
Yeah.
We need a real Crocodile Dundee kind of guy.
Well, I know a place where all sorts of people hang out, and I look at Sam. Peter, was it Blue Barts?
I think you just want to jump off a roof again.
I mean, I don't want to jump off a roof again. I mean, it was fun, and I think I could definitely do it again if I wanted to.
I don't. Sim, are you good at tying knots and stuff like that? Because I only know like one or two, but because I wouldn't know what I'm looking for.
I can show you.
I mean, I wouldn't say no. Next time.
There's an air about her that's like, in theory, sure. I wouldn't trust it. Not that kind of ranger.
So let's go find us a man who
Bow
knows
tie,
about
slip
knots.
We're not. Wilderness
Dude.
guide. On it.
Yep. I'm gonna go take this opportunity to go drink and be like, yes, I will chat up the people at Blue Barts.
What a kind soul you are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Real
you know.
sacrifice.
Into Blue Barts you all walk once more. a hive of scum and villainy. As you go in, music is certainly playing from a harpsichord on the second floor, imported in from Toril, or from the Sword Coast. As the music is playing along with some local instrumentation at the same time, there appears to be a series of shrill howls and meows that are coming as Tabaxi folk music is being sung out loud in a way that you've never heard before. Mostly because it's the way the Tabaxi sing when they're at home. The crowd is actually enthralled, and when they stop singing, everyone claps, coins are dropped in hats or plates, whatever's there, and they then start another rousing tune where people are clapping and singing together. The drinks are flowing. What are the types of things you're going to ask around about? I need a guy who can tie knots is a question should you wish to ask it. I just need to know what your questions are.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for Bart to see if he has any leads on who around town is a good guide.
To the third floor rooftop?
I'm going to my friend, yeah.
I am looking for someone who has ventured into the interior before and is comfortable leading a group that has not ventured into the interior before.
What, are you saying that with Luciano or separate from Luciano?
Oh, separate from Luciano.
I'll be with Lucy.
Okay, so Luciano and Vale are going upstairs. Sim, where are you?
I did not take the advice of not being super obvious, and I'm asking, hey, can you guys tie knots to people who look like it?
Okay, and Turja, what are you doing?
I am sticking with Luciano, despite the fact that Luciano's probably frowning at me for doing so, because he's the one I don't trust not to do something unwise.
Luciano, you step onto the rooftop with Turja and Vale right behind you. There are a few people on the rooftop.
I've shifted into my my guy's Lewin.
Okay, you are Lewin again. Turja and Vale are not have not been told that you are Lewin now. And
shift.
You see Luciano like do some changes in his clothing, changes his hair.
My hair just.
Yeah, it is what it is. And there you see, people are up there, but it's about half the amount of people that were up there before. There's some gentle talk and the occasional laughter up there. The sun is at high sun. The canopy is only half covering the area, so there's shady spots except down the middle. It's bright sunny. And at the end, opposite of where the bar is on the other end, is some great padded, lounge furniture, where several attendants are fanning a seated Blue Bart, who appears to be drinking thick mixture of Mestique and bean juice as he reads through the broadsheets quietly to himself.
And I come up and make a grand entrance. Barter!
It is my friend, Luan. It's good to see you, my friend.
It's good to see you as well. You're just the man I was cat I was looking for, man. Cat,
Tabaxi.
cat man.
Tabaxi.
Tabaxi I was looking for, yes.
Yes. Tabby for short. It is a friendly term to use tabby. There are other terms that are not so nice, so just be careful what you say.
Would never think of it.
It is, of course, a pleasure to see you and apparently two more friends of yours.
A guy like me has many friends.
I look forward to stories from each of you.
Right.
Right. Oh, that reminds me. I have a present for you.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently my messenger has not quite reached your room yet, but that is okay. And he snaps his fingers, or his clawed fingers. One of the attendants comes up, he whispers in the ear, yes, bring them to me up here. Thank you. It is my understanding that you had a personal loss while you were walking the streets.
When I was and I'm looking very confused and now suspicious. I may have suffered a minor inconvenience, yes.
Oh, come now. We are men of action. You smell like a wet dog, my friend. Your
It's all the
smell
garlic.
carries. Your
Yeah.
smell carries. Yes, it is the garlic. But in addition to this, we came across someone who had some things that belonged to you. And you see a young, well, not so young, an older halfling, sideburns on sides, tattoos on both arms, basically a sailor who's probably been down on his luck. And he's black and blue, like he's been beaten up pretty good. Yes. Well, he took these things from you, and he has, a part of leather and a host of coins. I'm not sure if we got all of them, but I think we got most of them. Strangely, he also had this, and he holds it up. A kazoo, I presume?
And I kind of like quickly go under my, like, reach under my neck, like where it would be
It's
under
not
my
there.
shirt. That indeed would be mine. Yes.
Yes. Well, I had a messenger going to where we, asking around trying to find you, to let you know that we had reacquired these things for you. Consider this a personal thing for a friend, if you will.
I appreciate it, friend. Thank you.
I told you once, I am a good person to be friends with.
Indeed. How about a hefty contribution to your establishment in return for some information, friend?
Oh, you want a story from me?
Yes, I would love one.
And I will give you your story, provided your two friends tell me their stories first.
Oh, trust me, they're masterful storytellers, and I kind of push them up front. Go ahead, tell him.
Please, miss, what is your story or joke you wish to tell me?
What my story, joke, well, what do you call a fish wearing a bow tie?
It'd be good.
I do not know.
Sophisticated.
What?
Sophisticated.
And he's like putting on the full. Oh, yeah.
That is not a joke
Sophisticate.
that stinks of the sea. That is a good joke. Yes. I will give you
Yeah.
That was it. Yes, of course it is. It's an
Yes,
excellent joke.
Yes. It is a sophisticated. Yes, I like it. I like it. It's good.
Yes.
And your friend?
I saw this happen just the other day. A naked commoner broke into the Temple of Gon. The guards chased him around it, and they finally caught him by the organ.
Very well done, sir. Very
Right?
well.
Yeah,
Bravo.
this guy.
Bravo. Very good. You have me at a disadvantage. I am Barter of the Flaming Water. Please call me Blue Bart for short. What are your names?
Go on.
Well, Luan, yes.
Hello, and yes, yes, it's me.
Georgia.
Terja. Very nice. And you, sir?
Veil,
Vale.
Silverleaf.
Silverleaf. Oh, very nice name. Very nice name. Okay, Luan. You have earned your admission. So, what is it you wish to find from me?
I have a couple things I'd actually be interested to know. First is we are looking for a guide, some survivalist of some sort who could help us out of the city where we're trying to find our way around, and we're hoping you might have a recommendation of pretty good for the job.
Well, that is a common question in this city, but what is it you are trying to find?
A treasure.
Well,
No.
I get that question a
And
lot
we
too.
can't advertise it, but it's priceless. It's amazing.
Please.
What was it called again, Val? The Temple of the Obsidian Dawn?
Oh,
I look at Tertia for a moment, kind of cock my head to the side. If if the daggers that were shooting out of them were to hit you in the face, it would be fatal. But and then I turned back.
The Temple of the Lightless Dawn, I think you're talking about.
Yes,
I mentioned it
that
to you
one.
yesterday.
No, yeah, that was my second question
Legendary.
about that. You mentioned a dagger of some sort, and I was going to ask about that too.
Well, it was the bladed flute.
Bladed flute, yes, of the Temple of the Dawn. Yeah,
Yes.
the
But
Which
there's a
is-
legendary
That's where it
instrument.
is. That's where you said it is. Didn't it, Luciano?
that is- that
that's
is-
where he mentioned that was.
It is what the legend says it is. I don't know.
Yes,
That is what
that was
we're
my
seeking.
second question. My
That
first
is what
question was
you're
just for a
seeking.
guide.
Yes.
Oh, that is a dangerous place you wish to go. For more than a few reasons. One of which is that not long ago it was uncovered, and there's dark rumors of this place. The other is that approximately 2 years ago, the other place south of there, the city of the dog people, something very, very bad must have happened there. But there have been encroachments from whatever has defiled those people, as they have attempted to attack Tabaxi villages all over.
Terrible.
So it's a twofer. And since
Yes.
we're among friends, of course.
The greatest of, yeah.
Hmm.
2 years ago, was that the massive purple explosion turned the sky green?
How did you hear of this?
And I look at Vic like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Posted downstairs.
That's
Well,
what I do.
absolutely true. From that point forward, that area has been nothing but evil spewing forth.
Hmm.
We have not
Evil.
seen the dog people, true dog people, in 2 years.
Are there any dog people in the city here who weren't affected?
No, they were not the type of people to come into a city this far.
Not even an outcast? A pariah, perhaps?
I'm sure they are here, but if they are, I have not met them. That being said,
Yes.
he pauses for a long moment, and we move back to Rafe and Sim. Rafe, you asked exactly what you asked. Are there people who can guide people who are not from here around? And like 8 different guys step up and they're like, oh, you don't know your way around? I'm your guide. And the other one's like, I'm your guide. You don't know anything about the area. I'm the person to help you out. I can do it. Other people are like, he doesn't know anything about the area. If you're new to the area, I'm your person.
I will turn to Cimmerian and say, none of these people are a person.
How do you know? They're all very helpful.
I'll do it for only 3 gold a day. How can you do it that cheap? Oh, it's quite all right. I'm happy to lead new people all over the West Tika for 3 gold a day.
I'm gonna trust you on this
Um,
one.
I've never gotten lost out there yet.
Yeah, this doesn't feel good.
Do you have a
I'm gonna
compass?
go ahead.
Because I'm going to need you to supply it.
Oh yeah, no, we gotta go. Wow.
I think we're good. Thank you. Thank you.
Mm.
Good luck though.
So as you go through all those, Luciano and Dale, excuse me, yeah. Well, as friends, I will be your guide.
I could not ask that of you, Bartum.
I know, I am telling you, I will be your guide. It is not something that the faint of heart should go on. I would hate to see someone go on an adventure of such great stories waiting to be told.
What about your establishment?
Please. I can have some of my staff watch it. we'll close the rooftop bar, of course, because there are rules, you know. But I could not begin to see you do that. Besides that, we will be near my village. We will check in.
Oh.
We will do things. I will bring some things to my family. It is all perfectly fine.
I kind of look to Vale and Turja. I'm like, we found our man, it seems like.
So kind of you.
I am a giver. What can I say? I love to give.
Yep.
How
Okay,
much
well,
will you be charging to be our guide?
Oh, approximately this much. And he sweeps all the money that came out of Lucy's purse.
glare at Turja again. Like,
Thank you.
oh, of
Lucy
course.
said you already gave it to him. It's not like you took more.
That's a fair price.
I think so. And more importantly, the stories we will get from this. Stories we will tell our children and grandchildren of this. Shall be amazing.
Have you fought any of these monstrous dog people? Or creatures of the night?
I have. They're like giant vicious canines. Although they have a hunger that never ends. It's like something took the dog people and made them something hideous.
Huh.
Okay. Well, we have some friends downstairs, so I think I'm gonna go notify them that we found our man, and might start getting ready to head out.
Yes,
I don't know when you.
I tell you what, you go make yourselves ready, and I will meet you downstairs in 15 minutes. That is.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Bar is closed. Everyone off the roof, or you will be thrown off. And you see people immediately grab up stuff and shoot down because they know he means it. It whispers a couple things to his staff. They nod. I will be in my office. We will not be back for at least 2 to 3 months, possibly, if things go wrong. So, make the place ready. You guys head downstairs. You link up with Rafe and Turja Rafe and Sim as they're waving people away because now there's a crowd all fighting for who can bid the least amount to go be your guide. Because they're basically you get the feel right away. These are people who are going to bring you out of the jungle, knife you, take all your stuff, and come right back into the city.
It's a kidney, yeah.
And you know it is what it is, right? However, guys get downstairs, and just a few moments later, Rafe, for the first time, you see Blue Bart stepping down. He is wearing the same clothes he normally wears, but he has a small shoulder pack on. He has a hat with a bit of a brim on it. There are a variety of extra things strapped to his belt, but he seems to be a light traveler at best.
Is he wearing boots?
He is.
What's in boots?
I
Open-toed.
didn't say it.
Open-toed.
But
They are built
still
for
would be more
tabaxi.
fun. They're still pushing.
I found our man!
Bart, it's so good to see you again.
Isn't it just?
Your friend Luan has told me that you are on an adventure.
We are.
Well,
It's gonna make for a great story.
I think so. I love stories. So,
Yeah.
shall we head out?
Are we all ready, or does anybody need more time to buy, or gather, or Nagel? And I kind of point to Sim and Rafe.
Maybe you should get some more arrows before we leave.
Okay, wink.
Yeah, arrows. Actually, you're right. I have like 4.
You easily acquire the arrows. Just go ahead and throw that gold down and just go ahead and acquire as many as you need to for each bundle.
I did
Each
it.
coral of 20 arrows.
I get one. Just one little bundle of 20.
Okay.
I shouldn't need too many.
I'd err on the side of caution if I were you, Sim.
I'll get one too and keep it on my back so you can always draw one if you need it.
Oh gosh, you're so thoughtful.
Cross-loading ammunition.
But let's go ahead, get going.
Yeah. Adventure awaits.
Please, we will go out of the south gate. And he steps you to the south along the main road. Yes, to the main road. Yes. Watch your pocketbooks, although I don't think anyone will mess with you for the rest of the day. Ooh.
They'll know better. Puff my chest.
All right. You step out the south gate, excuse me. You get about 50 feet, and he goes, let us take a boat the rest of the short trip that we can. And we will make it easier. And he gets you onto a series of canoes with all of your gear on, 2 per canoe, which easily takes care of all of you. And you roll to the south fairly easily and through most of the evening till you get to the last point around 8 or 9 o'clock at night, where the boats dock, and then turn around and head right back up north. Well, it is right here at the end of the river. I recommend we go quite a ways inland so the crocodiles don't get to us.
Oh, yes. No, thank you.
Do we just leave the canoes here?
No, the crew are taking them back. We will be walking back, unfortunately. But we are only, 80 miles now.
Oh,
The river runs fast.
Shouldn't I be hacking through jungle?
Fair. Okay, let's get moving.
Great. And he pulls what is almost looks like a short sword and begins walking through the jungle, hacking away for you guys. It is dense brush. He gets about 100 feet and then stops hacking, puts it away, turns and looks at you very slyly and says, okay, now we have made the trail for other people to follow. Let us step off the trail now. And he immediately
spent so much
breaks
time on the trail.
to the right, heading west.
I will
Question.
follow and I guess roll stealth.
You guys are handling it okay.
Okay.
He's quiet, and then he pauses for a few minutes, makes everybody be very quiet. Hold your breath if you have to, Lucci. Okay. It looks like we are not being followed. Nice change of pace, huh?
You often followed?
Sometimes I follow, sometimes I'm the one who is followed. You never get to choose here.
Well, what was the last adventure you were on?
Oh, 3 months ago.
What did you do?
I brought some missionaries into a town. Yeah, they
Did they
were.
come? Did they ask to get brought there?
Oh yes. And then they begged like crazy to be brought back out, but that was not in the cards for them.
Why? What happened in the town?
Oh, the people didn't like what they were doing, and they decided to mummify them while they were still alive.
I guess that would be distressing to them.
Yes. If I had tried to help them, they would have mummified me. So, try not to change people's religions here, huh?
Perhaps we'll just avoid towns altogether.
Noted.
Yes and no.
I turned to Rafe and I'm like, speaking of changing religions.
What a great segue.
Yeah.
Are you
How are you
converting to
doing
God,
with the-
Luciano?
Yeah, I was gonna say, how are you doing with the whole your dad's a god thing?
Well, I'm processing, I guess.
What did Gond have to say? Did he know? They know?
Gond hasn't said anything.
Have you told Gond? Did you tell Gond that your dad is a different god? Is this like, has this happened before? Crazy. There's so much going on.
I don't know all that many children of gods, so I have no idea.
There's not like a little camp of you somewhere?
That would be incredibly convenient and unrealistic.
Ah, God. Well, I'm just so surprised. A man of faith such as yourself, all of a sudden finding out his dad is a god. That'd be a lot.
Well, since you are having conversations, this is as good a place as any to make camp. We will not be building a fire tonight.
What? Can we at least use the thing that's inside the tent?
You have a thing inside a tent? I was just
It's like
going
a whole
to put
furnace.
Hammock. A furnace.
I think at this point it would probably be best that Rafe just says, think of it as enhanced tents magic.
Well, I mean, I know about magic. Please, show me this tent that is better than a hammock.
So, yes. Once again, Rafe sets up a tent, and it looks like a normal tent coming out of his bag. And then you open the flap, and it is not a normal tent.
Oh.
It opens
Sweet.
up into a large open area, essentially, that is one part foyer, one part dining area, and one part sleeping room. And then
Sweet
there's
banana leaves. This tent
another-
is amazing and better than a hammock.
Yes,
Very nice.
we've gotten quite good use out of this.
This is amazing. Are you all staying in here?
Usually, yes. Although somebody has to stay outside on watch at all times.
I can do it.
Ah. Yep. You got it, Vale.
Well, it is after dark, but at dawn I will be up before the dawn. Bad things happen at dawn and at dusk.
And at night.
Night is hit or miss, but dawn or dusk, bad things happen.
What bad things?
Well, it is the time where those who can see in the dark can't see in the dark, and those who can see in the day can't see in the day. It is this in-between moment where people are most vulnerable. And that is when some creatures and groups choose to attack.
What? Oh, no. Vale, you got this, right?
Yeah.
You're fine. Vale's got this.
Just
Which is why, during dawn and dusk, you should always be at your most ready. No eating, no maintenance, no setting up camp. It must either already be done or be done after.
I quietly stuffed the piece of jerky I was munching on back in my pocket.
No, we are way past the light falling.
Oh, okay.
So, shall we take our rest? And you all take your rest. He makes himself very comfortable on the floor. Throws out a little cushion. This is amazing.
Indeed. I'm glad that you could experience something like this.
How much would one of these cost?
Is Rafe cost?
well, hypothetically, it could be a permanent enchantment on a tent.
I would like
Um,
one of these made for the rooftop.
Sure. We can figure out. We can figure it out.
Find a
You would-
wizard. There was tons
know
of
how to do
wizards who had
this?
things.
You know a person who can make this for me?
Well, not necessarily, but I know the spell. And that's half the battle.
I tell you what. If you promise if I get you out of here, you will make me one of these before you leave. When we get back to the city. You will make me one of these tents for my rooftop area. Not a whole rooftop area, just a portion. Like where I was getting fanned. Big enough to cover that. Like the size of this tent. Would be
Now,
magnificent.
you have to understand, I'm not an enchanter by trade. I don't normally make magical items.
I have faith in you.
Very well. We will do our best.
By the great storyteller, I will believe in you.
Very cool. Okay.
Luciano.
Who's that? The story. Yes.
Luan.
Luan. Yeah.
Luan, do you need to take a shower?
That is unbelievably rude. How dare you?
Well, I mean, you smell of garlic and wet dog.
I'm just speechless at this point.
Well, I mean, I can smell your unusually large hamster.
Which one?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. My animals do not smell. They are very clean, and I kind of look over to Reggie, who I'm assuming is filthy.
Pink lines.
Yeah.
Reggie's just looking up at you like, this place is not cool. You know. As a matter of fact, the only one who does not have a distinctive smell is her. And he points to Cimarine.
Well, that never happens.
Well, I mean, I can smell the booze, but I cannot smell you.
I do that on purpose with my rain showers.
Yep.
Must be the right soap.
Soap?
Whatever soap you are using, it must be the right soap.
Go ahead.
Do me. What do
But
I smell like?
Prestidigitation myself a little bit just to clean.
You smell of a coldness, like weapon oil. And musty books.
He knows you got there.
Don't tell me.
What's it?
I don't want to know.
All right, I won't tell you.
I do. What do you smell? What do you smell? I bet it's betrayal. I kind of stare.
I glare at Luciano.
I smell a hint of... I smell a hint of oil, a little bit of perfume, and whatever it is you're using to try to wipe the sweat from your brow. And of course,
A handkerchief?
no, yes, I mean the fabric itself. And then I smell a hint of leather. And of course, there is a sadness about you.
What? You sure there's no betrayal? Nothing.
I don't sense betrayal as much as a tenacity to accomplish a singular task that is so painful that it brings you sadness.
Oh, you should put out a fortune teller's booth back in the market. They walk out of the tent.
You walk into the night air where Vale is standing. Rafe, you smell of salt air. A storm.
Well,
Along with a
given
little
what
bit
I
of
know
sweat.
now,
Yes,
that checks out.
yes, it checks out. Yes.
Nothing.
Nada. Except for your winged cat.
Yeah, it's birthday. Don't mind him.
And booze. Don't forget booze.
And booze.
Right now she's seeming pretty sober.
Interesting.
I try to, you know, I learned a lot from the people just by observing and smelling, you know, and it is what it is.
Some people might find it offensive that you go around smelling them.
Excuse me. Hairball. Anyway.
Who's gonna go grab Terja?
What's that?
Who's gonna go grab Terja?
No one.
Terja.
We all hate her right now.
You stepped out. Vale's standing there.
Need
How
some
far
air?
do you walk from Vale?
Not very. Common sense overcomes emotion.
How many feet?
Like maybe 5.
So you walk right outside the door.
Well, yeah, pretty much. I'm not going anywhere. It's jungle.
Your eyes are accustoming to the light. It is very
going on?
dark. You hear Vale say that behind you.
Just thought I'd come out and watch for a bit.
Pretty nice out here. Nice to not think about books for a while.
Nice to be thinking about anything else for a while.
Why is that?
I keep seeing them on the ship. Sailors that died.
Make a perception check, Vale and Terja. Alright, that's a 19 for Vale and a 9 for Terja. Terja's thinking deeply about her thoughts and her words and picking them carefully. And that's when Vale notices all the animals go quiet. Everything goes silent.
We got company.
I pull out
With
my
the-
crossbow quietly.
With my free hand, I take a piece of parchment from my side and I fold it into a bat shape and I animate the scroll, animate it, and then launch the bat. Circle around and squeak if you find anything. It's got 60-foot blind sight.
So you take a piece of parchment out and with one hand you do
Yeah.
this.
That librarian skill.
Terja, that's freaking cool. I don't care who you are. You've never seen that done in your life. And it's not just a parlor trick. It's amazing. And then he... From the brief flick of light from the edge of the tent, you see the bat-like shape of this thing go out. And then you hear... Roll for initiative, everyone.
My 18 is +5 because I had used my Empower blood drinking ability when I killed the chicken earlier, and it's the same day, so 23 initiative.
Okay. Done. Changed. It sounded like two creatures that were somehow communicating to each other briefly. Completely alien, but it definitely was some form of communication. It came from two places, but it was hard to pin down exactly where. Vale, you're in the lead. What are you doing?
Is the bat still out there?
It's flittering.
Oh, okay. I tell Terja, wake the others. There's at least two creatures out there. I take the day globe out and I launch it up, Illuminato, with the daylight spell, and I have that go off.
Bright blue-white light begins to flare out in a 60-foot radius as the drift globe flows into the air. The front of the tent is I mean, the whole tent is absolutely illuminated at this point, but so is the area. You see long vines of the jungle and trees that go up into the triple canopy above. And you see
60 bright and then
Nothing.
60 dim after that.
and you see nothing. You're looking up. You're scanning the area. You see nothing. It is very, very disconcerting.
And I'll use my bonus action to turn my armor night black.
In the blackness. Okay. So night black with drift globe lights on. You are on. Okay, boom. At that point, Turja, you've stepped into the tent, I'm assuming.
I don't have to step into the tent to warn them. I just yell. Well, yeah, actually, you know what? Second thought, yeah, I step into the tent before I yell. I don't want everyone and their cousin hearing me yell in the jungle.
Okay. So you step in. At that point, as you step in and the cloth floats behind you, Vale, it phases it in, and you see a large, giant, white spider with blue trails on it appear. And it attacks. There's no other way to explain this. It's like it
Big
jumped
spider.
out of a tree.
Okay.
Does
Like
a-
one moment it was not there and then it appeared.
It literally appeared like mid-flight as it was jumping, like a wolf spider would. I'm assuming a 15 does not hit you.
No, 19 AC with the armor.
Okay, so it bounces off. And at that point, it stepped into position. Turja, you've stepped in and you've yelled, what?
Get your weapons. We're under attack.
What?
Get your weapons! And I duck out of the tent again. It's only like 10 feet of movement since I was so close to the door.
All right, so your free action, you ducked out of the tent, and you see Vale is suddenly adjusted position as a large spider has landed next to him. Is in position. What are you doing?
I take a shot with my crossbow. Just
Okay.
a single normal shot.
Okay.
And probably does not hit.
It does not. It misses entirely. Luciano, what are you doing?
Quickly, like, just immediately stand up, grab my lyre, and running to the door to poke my head, going, what the hell what's going on?
And you bump into the back of Turja, who is taking a shot at something.
Fuck. Turja, what are you doing? And I immediately look beyond Turja to see, do I see the spider?
You do.
Okay.
It's squaring off on Vale.
I move out of the way so Luciano can get out.
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna cast past you. I'm gonna quickly pluck on my lyre. Very guitar. And cast Fairy Fire beyond where Vale is. So light up.
Okay.
20 feet beyond Vale.
All right.
Dex
Dex saves.
15.
It is lit up.
Oh, hit the damn bastard, Vale!
All right.
I ready up.
All right.
I'm gonna-
Give me a second.
I'm gonna
here. Let me
bonus-
add that condition.
Why not? I'm gonna bonus Bardic. No,
Boom.
Vale.
All right.
Yes.
Rafe.
I haven't forgiven you for the for the garlic, but you better fucking stab this thing.
Rafe, what are you doing?
Giving you all the tools.
I am following the crowd out of the tent, and I suspect at this point I am just going to probably just thunder wave to clear the area in front of the tent. If I
Okay.
can with all the people there.
All right.
So
You
go
cast
ahead and-
Thunderwave. Go for it.
I can't actually cast it because it's not set up. But it's a Constitution 15 save.
Okay. Well, you can actually easily hit because of the range right now.
Yeah, it's
And it fails.
okay. Then it takes 10 thunder damage.
Okay. You see it rattle and attempt to.
And it is pushed away from me. By the way, Thunderwave generates an enormous thunderclap. It is loud.
Mhm. Oh, yeah.
So everyone around just heard that.
And you hear the sounds quickly of birds or some other winged creatures immediately fleeing the area after that. Second here. All right, and with that, you have centered on the spider very, very well. Simmering, what are you doing?
Is the tent pretty much clogged up front entryway at this point?
No, I mean
Okay.
everybody kind of fades out and fans out. You're staying out of the funnel of fire of the entrance. After Luciano bumped Turja and then ran forward, that gave plenty of room for Rafe to move forward as well.
Yeah, sounds good. Go ahead and grab Handy Dandy's sword and storm on out. Screw
Okay.
the guy, screw Bart behind me. This time for a fight. Let's go fight.
All right.
Gonna keep it simple for now. We're just gonna do a thwack thwack. I think if we can close distance and try to hit.
Okay.
Hitting with that fancy longsword. Natural
What?
Oh, snap.
Nice.
20.
Sim, by the way, these are creatures you have encountered before,
Interesting.
which is why you possibly may have gotten such a good roll.
Have a sneaky suspicion about that.
These are phase spiders.
Ah.
You have encountered them in the Feywild plenty in the past. Why they're here is kind of odd, but you have encountered them.
Well, that's gonna be my follow-up question.
Yeah.
Cool, I'll save that for later. Let's do some.
Well, you wouldn't know that they wouldn't be here. Seems par for the course of a jungle where everything's trying to kill you.
It was gonna be a question I was gonna ask in general later.
Yeah.
So damage. And it's going to be a critical. For 12 slashing plus my deadly strike, which is a D4. For an additional bit of psychic damage. 2 psychic damage. That's just my first attack. So we're gonna go ahead and do my second attack.
Got it.
Okay, what
I'm
was
just
that?
cheering.
It was 12 plus 2?
Yep, 12
Don't forget-
slashing, 2 psychic.
Did you
you
double
have
it?
advantage.
Oh,
Oh, I have advantage? Sweet.
It's very fired.
Very fired. It's gonna be an 11.
An 11 does not hit.
Had a feeling. It's okay, we had a good solid first hit. I feel comfortable with that.
Mhm.
I will shout over my shoulder to the folks behind me. It's a phase spider if you didn't know it. In case that's helpful to anybody else.
At that point, it is wounded badly. Vale, it's your move.
Is it still right next to me?
It is. Sim has basically charged it from the side and got a good shot in on it.
Okay. I say, I think there was 2 of them. This one jumped out of the tree in front of me. There's another one around. And I'm trying to stab it with the glaive. With advantage.
Yeah, because that 2's not going to do it.
23 to
But
hit.
23 will.
Did that show up? 10 slashing? Yeah.
Yep.
Still up?
Oh, it's still up, but it's hurting bad.
17 hit
17 hits.
for a little more follow-on damage. 14 magical slashing. Or, yeah, slashing.
At that point, you drop it right through the skull or whatever this thing would have for its head. Right between some of its 8 eyes, you drive the glaive through.
Okay, and then I continue forward and I'm standing on top of its, like, carapace. scanning around, looking for the other one.
And with that, we're going to end for the night and see what happens next on Whiskey, Magic, and Distraction. Big thanks to Dragons Concord in Fairfax, Virginia. A big thanks to Shard Tabletop for helping provide this tabletop experience for us. Luciano, did you want to tell anybody about that?
Shard?
Yeah.
Gladly. If you did not know, Shard is the amazing tool that we use while we're playing to roll dice, manage our inventory, list our spells, activate spells. It's just the best tool that you could have in your arsenal when you're playing any type of TTRPG, but specifically 5e games. It is the best place. We love it so much. It is the official virtual tabletop of the Games Tavern. And we love them so much that we've actually hooked you up with a cute little code, TGT Shard 20. That is TGT Shard 20, which when you use it at checkout will get you 20% off your subscriptions. So please go shop, go have fun, level up your gameplay, and save yourself some money. Thank you, Shard.
Thank you, Shard. And then finally, Sem, we're giving away mythology candles. Do we have a winner?
Yes, we do.
Yes, hold on a second. Okay, there it is.
Wow.
You can take Mike's over. Sorry, that was Mike's announcement, but because he just did Shard. Sorry about that.
Well, hey, congratulations, Dennis Calendar, for winning. But your very own calendar. That's not what it is. It's a candle. Why that just tripped up my brain so bad, I do not know. But here we are. We're going to recover with grace. Congratulations. It's the same one, not the same one, but the same kind I was burning tonight. It is the How Would You Like to Do This, which is very fitting for the end of our show here. It smells like cranberry and citrus, and it has been very, very nice to have in the background during this stream. So now we'll send one on your way. And if you want to get your very own Dungeons and Dragons candles, they just restocked over on Mythology Candles. So while our journey is over, yours can just start. Go ahead and hit the link that's going to be in chat. And if you use our link, it'll help us out and it'll help out a small business.
All right. And finally, do we have anything else that we wanted to talk about? I think we're good. Yes? I think we are. So we'll see you guys next week here on the Games Tavern's YouTube channel on Whiskey, Magic, and Destruction. Take care, everybody.